Princess Leonor's arrival in Denmark stuns royal fans from Spain. Spain was waiting. Denmark was not ready. But when Princess Leonor arrived, everything changed. The daughter of King Felipe, the heir to the Spanish throne, stepping onto Danish soil for the first time. And the world stopped to watch. Because this was not just a visit. This was a signal, a future, a love story unfolding in front of millions. 1. The arrival. The day began with whispers. Spanish royal fans knew she was coming. But no one expected what they were about to see. Princess Leonor, in her signature elegance, left Spain with a quiet goodbye. Her departure was unannounced, discreet, yet undeniable. Madrid felt the silence, and the streets of Copenhagen braced for history. When the plane touched down in Denmark, reporters scrambled. Crowds gathered, flags waved, Spanish and Danish side by side. Every face in that airport knew they were watching more than a princess arriving. They were watching destiny. Later in this video, you'll see the moment fans realized she wasn't just visiting, she was staying longer than anyone thought. 2. Royal fans in tears. Spanish fans had followed her every move. From her oath to the Constitution in Madrid, to her military training, where she proved her discipline and courage. They believed she was Spain's jewel, untouchable. And yet, here she was, stepping into Denmark with a smile that seemed different. Gentler, more personal. It was as if the weight of Spain's crown disappeared for just one moment. People cried, some in joy, some in disbelief. One Spanish supporter outside the palace gates whispered, "I never thought I'd see her here. It feels like she belongs, and yet, she's ours." But why Denmark? Why now? And why in such a way that stunned even her closest circle? We'll uncover that in the next part. 3. The royal connection. To understand Leonor's arrival, you must understand the bond between two royal families. The Spanish Bourbons, the Danish Glucksbergs, two dynasties tied not just by diplomacy, but by something far stronger. For years, whispers of royal visits have circled through corridors of palaces. State dinners, quiet summer retreats, unannounced meetings. Leonor and Denmark were always linked, in subtle ways. Her arrival was no accident. It was part of a story that had been building for years. But here's the twist. While Spain viewed Leonor as a future queen tied to her nation, Denmark welcomed her as something else entirely. A young woman stepping into her own path. And that contrast, queen in Spain, guest in Denmark, is what left both nations holding their breath. 4. The crowd reaction. On the streets of Copenhagen, the atmosphere was electric. Children held handmade posters with Leonor's name. Some carried Spanish flags, others Danish hearts drawn in marker. A woman in her 60s said, "This is history. We will tell our grandchildren we saw her arrive." Every camera lens captured the moment. Leonor walked out, graceful, head held high, yet visibly moved. It wasn't just a royal appearance. It was deeply human. Her eyes scanned the crowd. And for a fleeting second, it seemed she searched for something, or someone. That moment lit social media ablaze. Clips spread within minutes. Who was she looking for? Why did her smile change when she saw the crowd? Later in this video, you'll discover what the Danish press revealed about that glance. 5. The silence from Spain. Back in Madrid, the silence was deafening. Spanish media scrambled to catch up. The royal household gave no statement. King Felipe was seen in meetings. Queen Letizia remained unseen for hours. It was as though the entire palace decided to hold its breath. And yet, people could not stop talking. Is this just a visit? Is she preparing for something greater? Could Spain be facing the moment they feared, losing their princess to another country? The tension was palpable, because Leonor's presence in Denmark didn't just excite the world. It raised questions about her duty, her choices, and her future crown. 6. The emotional surprise. And then, the surprise. Royal fans in Denmark were invited to a special, unexpected moment. Leonor, dressed in understated elegance, appeared at Graston Castle grounds. The symbolism was overwhelming. Graston, the heart of Denmark's summer royal traditions. Why would Spain's future queen stand there? Why open herself to a setting so symbolic of another throne? The answer is layered. It was not about politics. It was not about rebellion. It was about connection, a human connection that transcended protocol. And when she smiled, waving not as Her Royal Highness Princess Leonor of Spain, but simply as Leonor, the crowd understood. This was a young woman, stepping into her own story. 7. The global reaction. Within hours, headlines erupted worldwide. Princess Leonor stuns fans in Denmark. Spain's jewel seen abroad. Royal future, divided. Spain wept. Denmark celebrated. And the world could not look away. Because what just happened was more than a royal visit. It was the beginning of a chapter no one expected. And as cameras flashed, as cheers filled the air, one truth became undeniable. Princess Leonor of Spain had just taken a step that would echo through history. A step that left Spain in shock, Denmark in awe, and the world waiting for what comes.